Hello MotoGP World fans, we've just arrived back at our hotel here in Portugal. What an incredible day, race day, MotoGP Sunday. I'm going to give you a quick recap from how we saw things. Feet are killing me. George, who's on the trip with us, recorded 100 or 80 kilometers since we left South Africa on Wednesday night is what we've done. Over 100,000 steps. So we've been trapping, myself, Georgie, my brother and James, we've been trapping the whole time. It's been incredible. Like I said, we had service road again, very fortunate. So we were inside on the track watching all the MotoGP stuff there. And starting with Moto3, Daz was, as I said, was smiling, happy, looking on it. And watching him race, he was on it. He left nothing out. He just gave his all in that race. And we all know what happened. And obviously there's this big talk around it. I'm just going to give you my little point of view. I saw a couple of things happen in that race. Jabal Masia cutting across Darren into turn one and then chopping him off out of turn one. Don't know how that didn't get a penalty in my eye. He did say sorry. We saw Jabal give Darren a sorry, but a little bit hard, that riding. Sergio Garcia was also doing some naughty stuff from what we could see from the inside of the track. So anyway, it was proper Moto3, bumping and barging. Getting to the incident, Darren deserved the penalty. It was, he took Foggia out and he admits that. He went to say sorry, and I won't even talk about that Leopard Racing team, which I have lost all respect for. Never mind, just because it's Darren, you just don't do that to someone that's coming to apologize. Yes, it was a World Championship, we all know that, but anyway. But I think Leopard, whatever, and Dennis Foggia need to take a little bit of the blame, because if you want to play a game like that where you're holding up the pace to involve other riders to get Acosta as far back as possible, you're playing a risk game there. So Foggia needs to take a little bit of responsibility there. Went in, was trying to slow the pace down, and in my mind caused an accident. Look, Darren took him out, fine. Disqualification to me is a little bit harsh. I do understand it, but a little bit harsh for me. But anyway, Darren will take his penalty. He knows he did wrong, but Foggia, in my mind, needs to take a little bit of the blame for slowing down the pace and risking the race. I think he needs to take a little bit of blame. That's how I see it. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. We'll do a proper talking MotoGP on that. Hopefully Tuesday night or Wednesday night next week when I'm back in South Africa. We've got a lot to talk about. Then moving on to the MotoGP race. Brad and KTM have struggled the whole weekend. It's common knowledge. Really battling with rear grip, going in and out of the corners. I said before the weekend that Pecco was going to be hard to beat, and seeing Pecco from the first kind of outing on Friday practice already, he was the man to beat. Silky smooth, fast. That Ducati was on rails. I said the electronics on the Ducati work phenomenally well. They did it. They keep the riders in line. It was just superb watching Pecco. And he checked out. He taught them a proper lesson today, no doubt about that. Joan Mir and Suzuki, great to see them challenging at the front again. Joan also looked nice, comfortable. Saw him a couple of times and was so relaxed, so accommodating. Every time we walked up to him, it was, hello, how are you guys? Yeah, good, thanks. It was just awesome. Brilliant. Alex Marquez from Friday was already looking on it, and well done. Brilliant job there from Alex. Jack Miller on the podium, brilliant stuff. Those Ducatis worked so well around Portimao. But just for my little analysis from the inside of the track that I could see, the Ducatis could just break deep into a corner, turn the bike, get it stood up and go out. So they're not spending a lot of time on the side of the tire. Most of the guys could do that. The Yamahas and the Suzuki's kind of the same, not as good as the Ducatis. And this is where the KTMs were battling. This is where I just saw Brad battling. They would have to brake and turn to get the bike in and make the corner, but this means they'd push wide, so they were staying on the side of the tire a lot more. And then the electronics were kicking in, and it was really just hard for Brad and the KTMs to hold a corner, mid-corner, and finish a corner. They really were battling. So they're gonna have to fix it. They can't keep riding around in 11th, 12th, 13th place. It's just not where they should be. Ikalakaona, very naughty, been very out of shape the whole weekend. As I said, looks the fastest rider by far, but yeah, that was naughty. I'm surprised he got out of that. Well, I hope he got out of that track alive, because there were a lot of Portuguese fans there. I hope they didn't assassinate him on his way out. But yeah, that was a bit naughty, and he pulled from where we were sitting and what we could see. There were some harsh moves and some erratic riding from Ika. So he's spectacular to watch, but yeah, he needs to rein it in a bit. I know he's not happy with the whole KTM and how it all ended, but you can't go be taking out Miguel Oliveira like that. That was a little bit naughty. But yeah, as far as Brad goes, you know what, solid job again. Making the best of a bad situation, bringing it home, top KTM, top 10, 10th place. And speaking to him afterwards, yeah, they've got problems. There's no doubt about it. We can all see it. They're not disguising the fact, but they need to get it sorted out now because, next year, the rules open up a little bit more, can do a little bit more testing. Let's hope they can sort that out. But Brad, being the superstar that his head's held high. He knows he made the best of a bad situation, and Roland Valencia, let's get testing going. Let's get this year over and let's try again. So it was an awesome weekend hanging out with Brad, Darren, all the riders. It was so much more accommodating MotoGP than it's ever been before. With the limited access, obviously due to COVID, the paddock's a lot emptier. The riders are a lot more like riding around freely available. They're a lot more. We had no problems. Fabio Quartararo is the nicest guy you've ever met in your life. It's like you look in his eyes and it's the first time you hear the Beatles. It's Valentino Rossi was so accommodating. I couldn't believe it. Joan Mir, Rins, Miller, they were just so accommodating. And it's because there's not this, pressure cooker paddock where they can't go anywhere. It's just a really chilled vibe. So, yeah, in many ways it sucks because obviously COVID and a lot of people can't get in there and travel and whatever. But in a lot of ways it's a good thing because the riders are more relaxed, more accommodating. Everything was just, there's a lot of rules. You can't do videos in the paddock, and there's a lot of rules from Dorna's side, which is a little bit frustrating because we're just trying to promote the sport. And, we were South Africans coming to support our South African riders, and we were limited in many ways. But other than that, what an incredible experience. James, who's with us, had the perfect saying. The only thing we literally didn't do was wave the checkered flag. But I'll tell you more about that in Talking MotoGP, either Tuesday night or Wednesday night. Keep a lookout on the Motor Rider World page. I'll post it up as soon as I have confirmation. I'm landing Tuesday afternoon back in South Africa. But yeah, Tuesday night, spend a little time with the family. So maybe Wednesday night, let's look at that. And yeah, I've got some great information to hand out. I really do. And I've got a lot of awesome stuff. I've got like 2 bags full of stuff for our meet and greet event. There's just another little highlight of some stuff, some nice Darren Binder boots, signed valet stuff, and then literally a bag full of stuff. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. But for now, stay tuned to Motor Rider World, and I'll catch up with you guys and girls later. Yeah, I've got to somehow just come back down to earth after this experience. It's just been absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, we'll dive more into it and Talking MotoGP. Cheers, guys.